Good evening. Hope I find you well after such a dull, miserable day, if you like, as regards looking at it. Kind of now drizzle. I had to go up to Navan earlier, do a bit of business, and you'd be surprised. It's absolutely, you can't get parking half the time. Of course, up the street, that town is upside down this past donkey's years. Whatever they're doing, putting down slabs and instead of just having a concrete footpath and keeping it simple, they've all out this, that, and the other around the place and flower beds where there was never any need for them. I think they've destroyed the town because pavement, these slabs, they're bigger ones and some of them are small. They didn't need constant looking after. We put down a proper footpath and a proper road. That's all people want. Not all the old nonsense that they're going on with. Whatever's wrong with them, they must have too much money or something. It's such a kind of a town. It's upside down this past 12 or 14 years. I wish they'd God stop because they're not improving it. They're kind of it's a kind of like ridiculous looking. All these making slabs or whatever it is, and flower beds and all the rest of it. God, and I think it's kind of ridiculous. And all people want is this footpath they can walk on, concrete footpath. Without any of these up and downs, have it sort of sideways and that you can get an exit in there as quick as anything. I'm sure some people will trip on some of those yokes because they don't always stay steady. You can't beat a concrete footpath. That's all you want to be able to walk in safety. Not and these things are going sideways and all the rest of it. And if it's raining, you're kind of depending on what sort of shoes you've on, you could slip, and then you could catch your women could catch their heels in these things that they have on the footpath as well for the water drain or something. Oh, we want our heads examined for what they've done down there. Anyways, we're talking about Wexford. I digressed there for a bit, and there's so many places that have been built in Navan that you nearly can't get parking anywhere. I couldn't get parking where I wanted to, where it was convenient for where I was going. I had to go here, there, and yonder, and I just barely got a parking place eventually. But I don't like all this driving around to get parking. No, sorry. Now, Wexford, very historical town, well worth a visit. Lovely churches. Now, this is, I did one about the Church of the Assumption in, what's it called? Bride Street. Oh, Brides. Wexford. It's in English because they have different languages, so they must get visitors from here, there, and yonder. Uh, Now it says the elaborate altars and rare doors, somewhat similar to those of the Twin Church, were replaced following the Second Vatican Council at a time when much change was occurring in church architecture. More's the pity because what was successful for years, unfortunately, did change to the detriment of the practice of the Catholic faith, with plenty of vocations to the priesthood and churches packed. And when they brought in these changes and took away the authorities, which had never right to do, were paid for by the people, and it was the bishops straying the head in some ways. Should have never took out. It's a kind of like desecration. And put back them authorities for goodness sake and stuff. Here's another thing that coming up. What you don't invite them, but they come up. Old nurses for this, that, and the other. Anyways, so this is what they say here, and more's the pity, because a beautiful church, lovely state. Now I'll read the rest of it. Many of the brilliantly coloured stained glass windows installed at the time of the building would have come from German and English manufacturers. A most exceptional window is on the south wall. First on the right from the main door is a rare treasure, a memorial erected by the O'Keefe family and designed by Ireland's foremost symbolist artist Harry Clarke. Oh yes, 1889 to 1931. It is beautifully coloured, delicately drawn, so it is designed depicting Saint Aidan, first Bishop of Ferns, and Saint Adrian, the warrior saint and patron saint of soldiers, both in adoration before the infant Christ and his mother. The only other Harry Clarke window in County Wexford is the Leo Wilson two light windows in the Church of Ireland at Gorey. That must have been a Catholic church before it was ever belonged to them. Uh, a very special feature of the church, like the twin at Rose Street, is the magnificent three-manual Telford organ built in Dublin at the time the church was built. The splendour of the highly decorated organ pipes can be seen from the body of the church. The organ is a regular part of celebration within the church. Alongside the church building is the convent of the Sisters of Perpetual Adoration, an enclosed order unique to Wexford. The sisters are involved in the manufacture of altar breads and church vestments for the Diocese of Ferns, but mainly focus on prayer and can almost always be found at prayer and meditation before the high altar in the church. Further history and information on both churches can be found in the Twin Churches book, published in 2008 and available in Wexford bookshops. It's beautiful. There's a bit of the altar, the organ, and it's a beautiful church. I found it lovely, and I can see that it would have been packed in its day because of its the people getting the freedom to practice their Catholic faith. It was built in 1858, not long after the famine. So, but donations from around the world, because the Irish people didn't have much, or to help them, they had nothing because it was taken off them, wasn't it, by the British? But that's the beautiful church of the Assumption in Wexford. Look at the lovely building. Look at the lovely spire. It's a beautiful church with statues as you're going up both sides, and people lighting candles, and I lit one or two myself because it just encourages beautiful Stations of the Cross. They don't say that and that, but this is what I noticed. And a lovely Station of the Cross, and stained glass windows into Franciscan Friary. And funny enough, in the Puritan Church out in Barntown in Wexford, just on the New Ross Road, a couple of miles from Wexford, a beautiful Augustus Welby Puritan Church, and beautiful windows there, stained glass windows, beautiful. So even though it wasn't Harry Clarke, whoever did them was gifted as well. I think it was a pupil of Pugin that designed some of these windows and churches and that, so he would have had the same style. So there we are, that's that, and I'll do another little one after this. And then Bob's your uncle will hang up the boots. Bye now for a minute.